All right, so if you have some loose change lying around, let's say you're going through this couch, cushions, you're looking through the crevices in the car, wherever it may be, and you're thinking about some fun bets before the start of the National Football League season. They call them future bets. I'm going to run a few past you that I think are fun ones, even if you don't make entertaining. I'm Matt Levine. Welcome to my YouTube station. I hope I'm entertaining you. Please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you for doing so. So let's talk all about it. Hard to believe the football season is here, and you can even discuss future bets. Now, when it comes down to the biggest future bet, I guess the most popular maybe, or the most frequently talked about would be the teams with the odds of winning the Super Bowl. Not surprisingly, two of them that are right up there at the top are the ones that were in it last year, including the Patriots, who won it against the runner-ups, the Los Angeles Rams. Okay, Patriots come in. If you're thinking about throwing some shekels on the Pats, you get them at plus 600. Rams, they come in at plus 1,200. And how about the Chiefs? Heavy favorites, plus 600. Some odds to throw your way. If you're thinking about betting the respective divisions, who would be the conference champions? Go back to Kansas City, New England. New England plus 375, KC plus 300. Jacksonville, if you're looking for an upstart underdog bet, how about this? Plus 3,000. Now, Jacksonville's one of those teams to look out for. They've had a good core defense for like the same 3 to 5 years. The coaching staff's been intact now for a handful of years. Tom Coughlin has put his imprint on the franchise again in a front office headman role as the president of the Jags. And they've got a new quarterback in the guy I just showed you in Nick Foles, who, yes, is a proven Super Bowl MVP champion. Can he bring his championship pedigree? Put his stamp on that Jacksonville franchise who, the year before last, nearly took out the Patriots en route to their first franchise Super Bowl. But as we know, the key issue, not the defense, not really the skill players, but the quarterback. Blake Bortles shipped out. Foles is in. We'll see if that will make the difference. In the NFC, Rams plus 500. Saints, you can never count out New Orleans, plus 425. Chicago Bears, a team that a lot of folks think can really make some big-time noise and be legit contenders. You get them at plus 700. A team that kind of sneaks up. And I think you can never discount Seattle Seahawks. Good pick here, plus 1,500 for the Hawks to win the NFC. Now, I know a lot of unknowns on that Seahawks defense. You talk about a franchise that has had core defensive players together for a long time. Well, the defense has been split apart, rebuilt, but you still have Russell Wilson, you still have Pete Carroll, and you still have the 12th man. So never count out those Seattle Seahawks. Regular season wins. Very interesting as I karate chop you on this one. Okay, Kansas City. Let's go back to the funky helmet. What would you think they'd be? I'll tell you. 10.5. I'd take the over. Patriots come in at 11. Defending Super Bowl champions. I think in the AFC East alone, they can collect half those wins and maybe even sweep the division. So, yeah, I'd take the over. Take the 11. Rams, 10.5. Philadelphia, who's going to come in with a lot of hype too, and the question mark of fingers crossed, can this guy, Wentz, stay healthy? They come in at 10. Some underdog picks. This dude right here, I just never, ever count him out. Number 1. I know he's got some quirks, but Cam and the Panthers, 7.5. I like the over on that. Ravens, 8.5. Interesting. You know what? I take the under. I think I take the over. I think they're a 9-7 squad. That could make noise. The Bucks, 6.5. Bruce Arians, love him. Love the hat. Love the fact that I think he will resurrect Jameis Winston. They're a 6.5 on the over-under. I think they're a 6-10 team, despite having a great coach and maybe a quarterback that will get resurrected. I think that one's perfect. So I would lie on the under. Having fun with this already. Division winners, okay? You want some upsets? I'll give you one division from each respective conference. In the NFC East, I know I'm a Giants fan, and I know you're going to think I'm crazy. Been called nuts before. Giants plus 1,000 to win the NFC East. Could it happen? Absolutely. Everyone is locking Dallas in. Not me. Talked about Philly, the Redskins, a mess. But I think the NFC East is still funky. Anyone can win it. And a lot of question marks. Will Zeke come back? When will he come back? Prescott get his money? Will he be focused? Can he be the Dak Prescott we saw in his rookie season? Redskins, all kinds of questions. I don't even want to dive into it. Giants, you just never know. Plus 1,000, I don't think Big Blue's a terrible bet. They can sneak up and win that division AFC South style, 7-9. Talking about the AFC South, mention those Jaguars, plus 525. Texans, don't count out Watkins, Watt, ever. Plus 350. Come down to some individual propers. Let's talk about them. MVP. Mahomes obviously is going to be the top choice. Plus 400. You want a good MVP candidate? Right here, this dude. As Tina Turner used to say in her song, or still sings, simply the best, better than all the rest. Aaron Donald. How about this? Plus 4,000 to win the MVP. 20.5 sacks last year. Only one player has ever won the National Football League's most valuable player in a season and was a defensive player, and it's this guy. The great Lawrence Taylor back in 1986. Do I think he's good enough to do it, Donald? Absolutely. Great bet there. Now, if you really want a funky one and you want to go out on a limb, and you got some extra couch change lying around, how about this dude? He's been in the news a lot. Antonio Brown, 10,000. Plus 10,000 to win the MVP. You know, for a couple bucks, it would be a fun bet to watch throughout the season. I do think he's going to put up ridiculous numbers. He's that good. A little bit of a wackadoodle with the Raiders to start, but on the field, you don't get better. Now, here are some additional ones to throw your way as we wrap this up. This one I like. First rookie quarterback to start a game. Who are the three candidates? You probably can guess them. This guy, Daniel Jones. Will he get a start? Will Eli implode? Plus 250. Redskins, talked about them. Messy situation all over the place for Washington. You don't know really what to expect, especially a quarterback. And Coach Harbaugh said Coach Gruden said, the other Gruden in the NFC East, said he'd like to name a starter soon. Then the next 2 weeks, by the end of the third preseason game, of course, we're coming up on the second preseason weekend of games in the NFL. So Haskins, minus 350. So he's the favorite there. And lock for Denver would be plus 300. Interesting. And finally, just in case you're wondering, the Dolphins. Odds of drafting a quarterback in the first round in 2020 would be minus 120 for yes or no, meaning if you threw 83 cents of that couch change down, if you threw $1 down of that couch change, you'd get 83 cents back. So those are just some future bets to throw at you and have some fun with as we get ready for the National Football league season. Bring on the 2019 campaign.